Good morning, it's Travis again. Today I'm going to be hiking Anthony Creek Trail and then over to Bote Mountain and then back down Lead Cove. But before I get started, I'm going to put some directions on how to get here. But if you don't need those, go ahead and fast forward to the beginning of the video. But those directions will be coming up in 3, 2, 1. Most of my videos, if you're driving from the Maryville, Alcoa area and you're going to go through the city of Townsend, when you come up here to the Townsend Y, today we're actually going to bear to the right towards Cades Cove. If you go to the left, that takes you back towards Gatlinburg, but today we are going to the right, not quite up to Cades Cove, but right before we get there. So from the Townsend Y to this point here, it's about 10 minutes, so it's really not that far of a drive. All right, welcome back. If you fast forwarded through the directions, just wanted to let you know we're going to be starting here at Turkeypen Ridge Trail and then over to Crib Gap Trail, and across the street over here where I'm parked is the Lead Trail, Lead Cove Trail, and then Finley Cane. But to get started on this one, over to Anthony Creek, I think I have to go so far on Turkeypen, and then it's going to cut over to the Crib Gap Trail, and then to Anthony Creek. So this is going to make a loop, but this is definitely a little different here, and I've done a couple of the other trails, at least sections of them, but this particular loop over to Anthony Creek I have not done, so we'll see how that goes. But let me switch over real quick to the chest cam and we'll get started. So you're only gonna walk about 2/10 of a mile on Turkey Ridge Pen, and you're going to come to this intersection, and Turkeypen Ridge that way. I actually did a video, that was my first video. It's like an hour long, way too long. I didn't edit enough out of it, but anyway, if you want to watch that, it is on my channel. But Crib Gap Trail is where we're headed over to Anthony Creek Trail. So we will go this direction. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a bear right up here. He's staring at me. See if that's on the GoPro. There he is. I've been trying to get some video of an actual bear. He's taking off. I heard something moving around. He's back behind that tree now. Probably can't see him. Hopefully you can see where I've zoomed in on my phone through the GoPro, since I don't have a good zoom on the GoPro itself. So that's something. Just now getting into the trail. I hadn't been walking 2 minutes, and of course he's moving off up into the woods. That'll definitely get your heart going. Just keep your distance, be on the lookout. Kind of shocked I've seen one that quickly. Man, I hope you can see that on the GoPro too through my phone. Very rare that I can get any footage. That makes bear number 8 that I've seen so far this year. But they take off so fast. It's hard to really get any video. Of course, you don't need to go up to them and try to get your picture taken. These are wild animals. But keep your distance. For the most part, they're pretty docile. But that is an awesome way to start the day. I was hoping I'd see one. I saw one yesterday, but I mean, just for a brief second. It was on, Chestnut Top Trail that I did. Probably the biggest bear I'd seen so far. He was probably 500 or 600 pounds, and he went across the trail about 150 feet in front of me. And it was a split second, and he was gone. I didn't have my GoPro rolling at the time, and he darted across, and I just happened to catch him with my eye, but he was, gosh, so far away you wouldn't have been able to see him on the GoPro anyway. Oh, all right, well, nice way to start. We'll see if anything else happens here in the next little bit. Some kind of a rock formation off the trail here. I don't have to go too far, but I'm going to look up here, see what this is. Well, not sure what this is or what it was supposed to be, but it's definitely not natural. Maybe it was just a way to signal where you were at, kind of like a landmark. But anyway, it just kind of caught my eye. Now the leaves are starting to come off the trees. Got a little better visibility. Probably wouldn't have been able to see that earlier this year. But the other thing too, when I get down here, you notice the leaves have definitely started to fall. And I can only hope I'm on the right trail. But I mean, it's kind of hard to see right now. I mean, this feels like the right path, but gosh, look up here. It's like, where do you go? So we'll wander around for a little bit. And the leaves are falling a little bit, so they're making some noise in the background when they hit the branches, and there's some squirrels making some noise. And after I've seen that bear right off the bat, my head's on a swivel. Anything that looks like a dark shadow in the woods, I'm kind of paying attention. But still, man, that was just an awesome way to start the hike. I hope I see another one, but we shall see. I noticed on the map that this Crib Gap Trail, at some point I think we either cross over the road or go under it. But the road's right here, so it only took me about, just a few minutes. It's about a half mile to get here. But normally I don't want cars in the video, and now that I need one to show up, there's not. But the road is right up here, and so we're working our way around. And like I said, I'll probably have to go over it. I have seen at least one instance where there was a little tunnel that went underneath. But since we're going uphill, my guess is we're going to have to cross over. Alright, we are coming up on the road. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I cut up through here. I'm going to follow this straight ahead. There's like a little shortcut. I'm guessing there's some parking there. And let me hike up here to the top. I'll get my bearings. Hopefully the trail picks up on the other side where I can see it from here. I started at 8 o'clock and it's right at 8:30. So probably right at a mile. gonna try to cross here. Traffic has picked up. Everybody's headed to Cades Cove, I believe. All right, there is some parking right down there. Man, I don't see a sign. So I'm gonna assume this is the right direction. I've got a map that I ordered from Amazon. It shows all the hiking trails of the Smoky Mountains. And I looked at that in advance, trying to prepare for this particular hike. And it looks like that this is the direction it's supposed to go, because it follows the road up through here, and then I think that's where we catch up with that Anthony Creek Trail. And as you can see, we're still close to the road. I don't know if you can see it, but I came up on that stump, out of the corner of my eye, and I thought for sure it was a bear sitting there. So I'm kind of a little on edge. I'm really wanting to see them. I just don't think I want to see it that close and not expecting it. So I saw one of these markers. I don't know if you can even see it or not. I saw one of these yesterday on the trail that I hiked, Chestnut Top Trail, and it's in my video out on my channel. This one says U.S. Public Roads Administration, but I've seen these concrete markers. I'm sure there's a bunch of them in here. Probably don't really ever pay that much attention to them, but that one kind of caught my eye. And it looks like you can probably park right here. There's a pullover, gravel pullover, and you can hit this trail from this point also. As you can see, there is a lot of traffic headed up to Cades Cove. And but the reason I parked where I did and walking this distance versus just parking here and starting is where it comes out at the end of Lead Cove. It's like right across the street from from where my truck is parked, so it just makes it a lot easier to do the full circle or loop or whatever you want to call it. Definitely an incline right here. Looks like we go up and the trail goes up through there. Yep, that's definitely the way the trail went. We were just down there and then made the loop up. You still see the road from here. The car's headed towards Cades Cove. Nice little view here when you get to the top of that incline. Headed downhill at the moment, and I know this trail hooks up with Anthony Creek at some point. I did see on the map that I think there's either some riding stables or something that has to do with horses. I don't know if it's a place that you can pull and park and bring your horses, but this is a walking trail plus a horse trail. And the reason I know is I have seen some horse poop, which usually on Saturdays I would say this is very popular. People bring their horses up here. So be careful as you're walking. Definitely look where you're about to step. I've had a couple of near misses, but been able to avoid it to this point. Well, I'm still headed downhill. Haven't made it to a sign yet, an intersection with the next trail, but I feel like I should be getting close. Little water crossing area here. See if I can get across this without making a mess. Yeah, not bad. A neat little structure. Just come up on it. Not sure exactly what it is. It's either to mark off where you can park something or maybe just a little sitting area. Well, I can smell some like smoke in the air. So it smells like a campfire. And I thought I did see some tents over here to the left, so must be coming up on some camping area. But I hope I'm getting close to this intersection. Alright, well, definitely coming up on something here. Looks like it actually might be a gravel road to get back to the camping area. Let's see what this sign says. Alright, so Crib Gap Trail, Turkeypen Ridge is where I came from. So that's 1.6 miles to get to here. And then Anthony Creek Trail. So I guess the start of the trail is 0.2 that way. Russell Field is 1.6 that way. Bote Mountain is where we're trying to get to. So I'm assuming I'm going to follow this gravel road until we get to another sign. So there's a sign warning about bears. So yep, I saw one of his relatives this morning. Alright, so we'll head this direction. Alright, so we're definitely coming up on some kind of an area. Looks like there might be a restroom, some parking, probably camping. Definitely it looks like a couple of maybe horse trailers up here. Lots of horse poop, so be careful of that. But I'm gonna turn this off for now since there's some people out up here. Alright, this is Anthony Creek Horse Camp. Reservations and daily fee are required. So you can stay here, just need a permit apparently. Registration card. Getting to see some horses this morning. Look at them. Checking me out like, what are you doing? Alright, so that's the direction I just came. And there is a bathroom facility. Looks like you can camp right here. And then we're walking up this direction, which looks like you could actually drive up here. I don't know if they allow just anybody or if this is for the Park Service. But I assume I'm going in the right direction. I didn't see another trail anywhere. So we'll walk for a little ways and see what happens. Well, there's definitely some water next to this part of the trail. Which is always nice. I don't know why I'm fascinated with the mountain streams. I just love them. I think because they just block out all the background noise and it's just very relaxing. I mean, it's pretty quiet up here anyway, but still kind of makes things a lot more tranquil. Here's another spot. We'll walk up here real quick and see what the water looks like. Nice view. Just not sure how far this trail actually follows the water, but it's always nice to have that as something to get a little extra scenery while you're out hiking on these trails. Some more water here, just another shot. Alright, looks like we get to cross a bridge. This is a nice one. The view upstream. And on the other side, it's pretty nice. Kind of a neat shot here with the evergreens standing out amongst all the trees that are changing colors at the moment. I don't know if you can hear, but coming up on some more water. Looks like there might be another bridge up here that we go across. Hope so. Well, it looks like if you are riding a horse, you can take this direction, go across the water. They don't care to get their feet wet. However, I do. So I don't want to hike in wet shoes and socks. So we're going to take this little bridge. Nice view downstream. This one's a little bit more difficult with this tree in the way. So here we have another bridge. So this day just keeps getting better and better. There's something about these bridges and the water. I just love it. You can see it, the leaves pooling. Oh, look at this view. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. This is a nice view from up here. Probably not going to show very well on the GoPro with the water down below. Definitely nice. It's a neat little area. Walking up the trail, just with the rocks and the leaves. Water over here to my left. Doubt you can hear it, but it's there. Alright, coming up on another little bridge to cross. One of my favorites, I love it. Seeing a lot of people out today too. Probably already passed maybe. Gosh, I don't know, include the people that were down at the camp. 20? But a lot of people hiking today, which is awesome. And just look at the colors in the background. I know it's cloudy, but still. Very, very beautiful. Well, I just crossed that last bridge. Didn't walk very far. It looks like we're finally coming up on a sign here. See where it tells us. All right. Appalachian Trail and Russell Field Shelter, 3.5 miles that way. And so Crib Gap Trail, 1.4 back that direction, in the picnic area, 1.6. And then Bote Mountain, that's where we're headed, 1.9. So we're gonna go this direction. And it is 9:47, and I start about 8, so almost, what, hour and 45 minutes, hour and 50 minutes to get here. I have been moving a little slower. I've been stopping and taking a lot of pictures. But yeah, just to let you know where we're at and where we're headed. So we'll go up this direction. All right, so I'm at 9:55, so almost the 2-hour mark. So see this tree and water off in the distance. Just came around this bend, and so I guess technically that should be about the halfway mark. I felt like this was about 8 miles total. Should take me about 4 hours, but I think I'm behind on my pace right now. So this actually may take me a little bit longer than I expected. But I'll give you an update here at the end and we'll find out. All right, so just to give you another update, this could be used as probably a better marker for the halfway point. So going up this little incline and where this tree is falling, it's got kind of a weird root structure here sticking up, so I was trying to find something that would be unique, but it's right at 10 o'clock, so 2 hours in. I swear I think I'm going at a much slower pace than what I anticipated, so probably behind. All right, coming up on another bridge. Love it. This has been a great hike so far, even though I'm huffing and puffing. Some stone steps, big old bridge, going over some water. And headed up an incline again. But if you're going to climb a mountain, you got to expect to go up. Still climbing up. I don't know if you can see the trail, but definitely a steady incline. Got the old heart racing. Breathing a little heavier. But then we got a tree across the path. And believe it or not, I actually did have to bend over a little bit to get under it, even though I'm fairly short. So, you tall people, that'll be a little bit more of a challenge. Coming up on a little curve in the road. Old stone wall they put up for the pathway here. Looks like it's just basically runoff when it rains. Well, I have enjoyed this trail up until this point, and it just continues to go up. And I hiked Friday afternoon, and then I did about 8.6 miles yesterday, and this one's going to be about 8 miles all the way around the loop. and I'm wearing down. And I don't even know, I felt like on my time I've hit the halfway point, but I don't know as far as distance if that's true or not. So my hope is that when I come up to this next intersection with Bote Mountain Trail, that's going to go downhill, because I know Lead Cove, the very last leg of this, is downhill. But yeah, this one's starting to wear on me. It's absolutely beautiful, but man, I'm wore out. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but the sun is trying to make an appearance. It's definitely been cloudy all morning, and they're calling for a chance of rain later today. Weather forecast originally said start moving in around 11 a.m., which I hope is not the case, because right now I'm not going to finish this trail till about noon, and probably a little later than that based on how slow I'm going at the moment. So hopefully I can make it out of here before I get rained on. Another little water crossing. Not much, but a little bit. Deer right up here around this tree. There he is, staring at me. Trying to get a close up. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there he goes. See him going down through there? Lost him. There he is. Went right down through there. Somebody camping off in the background, but that's pretty cool. Seeing a deer like that close. Haven't really seen that many. It definitely looks like another camping site. There's a metal ring down there to build your fire in so it doesn't spread. And a marker on it. It's campground or campsite number 9, it looks like. So I get back home, I'll look at the map and see where that shows up on this trail. I can hear water again, so we're still close to it. Coming up a neat little turn here. Water's off down to the right. Well, it is about 10:55, and I'm just now coming up to the intersection between this Anthony Creek Trail and Bote Mountain, which I was supposed to hit. Bote Mountain is another 1.2 miles down, and then I got to hit Lead Cove Trail, which is 1.8, so I got another 3 miles to go. And man, I'm just now getting here. So Anthony Creek 1.9. What's that say? Cades Cove 3.5 miles that way, and then Bote Mountain Trail. So Lead Cove is 1.2 this way, and the Appalachian Trail is 1.7 that way. So I am behind schedule. I thought I would already be halfway done, and this is the actually, well, I should have been halfway done an hour ago. I thought this was about 8 miles total, and take me about 4 hours, and I'm 3 hours in, and I'm only here at the halfway point. I still got another 3 miles. Luckily, I have a cell service, which was kind of amazing. I got 2 bars, and I was able to text my wife and let her know it's going to take about an extra hour, because I told her to expect me back at the truck around noon, and it had me worried, so I was able to send her a message and give her an update. But anyway, yeah, I got another 3 miles to go this direction. So this is the way I came up. That's to the Appalachian Trail, which I'm not going to go, And this is downward to Bote Mountain, which I have done parts of Bote Mountain, but not this section. So I'm gonna stop and change my GoPro battery and get something to drink and probably eat a snack and then head on my way out. All right, so I just started Bote Mountain, and as I had hoped, this looks like this is downhill. So maybe I got the worst out of the way. And the 1.2 miles down here, and then I'll get off on turn on Lead Cove, and I know that one's downhill, so hopefully this will make things a little bit easier, and hopefully I can make up some time too. All right, we're still going downhill, which is nice, but with the leaves and the rocks, sometimes these rocks are hidden and you can't see them until you step on them, so it's an easy way to twist an ankle. So just make sure you're careful. Like right here, there's not so many leaves, but as you can see as we get up here, just a little bit more here of Bote Mountain, since I won't be on this section of the trail very long. Definitely some bright colors, and you can't see quite yet, but the mountain ridge in the background. Well, here's a shot still on Bote Mountain, but as you can see, if you were to slide off the trail, you got a long ways to go to get to the bottom. All right, still on Bote Mountain. Sun's starting to come out a little bit. There's the mountains in the background. Still don't think you can see it as well as I probably can, but I'll show you that real quick. Hopefully I'm about to the end of this section and I can get on Lead Cove, head down towards the truck. There's some kind of a bird up here in front of me. I don't know what this is. It's like a chicken, but it can't be. Run home. It flew off. Huh. Well, what that was. Kind of moved like a chicken, but like, what the heck would one be doing up here? Wind's starting to pick up. I feel like it's blowing in some rain that's supposed to be here about 40 minutes ago, so hoping it's going to delay long enough for me to get this last section of trail. So I hadn't even hit Lead Cove yet. See the mountains back in the back, but yeah, the wind is definitely picking up. I feel like I'm gonna get rained on before I'm back to the truck. We'll see. I'm trying to pick my pace up a little bit. All right, well, I made it here to the last leg finally. All right. So Anthony Creek Trail, 1.2 miles that way. That's where we just came from. Finley Cane is 2.5 that way, and then the Appalachian Trail is 2.9. So you can hook up with it up there. I'm not going to. Lead Cove, so Laurel Creek Road 1.8, Finley Cane 1.8, that direction. So that's where I'm headed. And I've done another video, and I'll link it at the end of this one, where I actually came up Lead Cove, went down Bote Mountain, and then hit Finley Cane. So I'll try to at the very end put that on there so that you can see that portion, but this is going to be a repeat. But I think when I hiked it the first time I was coming up, and now I'm going to be going down. So anyway, here we go, last 1.8 miles. All right, let's head down this part. Lead Cove Trail 1.8, and I'm hoping as I get closer down here to the end of this trail, I might have an opportunity to see a bear one more time. So far, out of all the ones I've seen, they've been typically right at the beginning of these trails, closest to where the traffic's at or the campsites. I think they're getting closer into where the population's at, where they can smell food and trash and things like that to get ready to hibernate. And so anyway, hopefully I've got enough juice in this GoPro battery to make it till I get down here, and if there is one, we'll try to get it on video. I got that one earlier this morning. I just don't know how clear it's going to come out, so I hope you can at least see it. But fingers crossed, we'll get one more maybe. Alright, I forgot about this part of the trail, but this is a uprooted tree, and that is a heck of a view. It's crazy. Well, at least on this trail, it's downhill also, just like the Bote Mountain section. So that is a welcome sight, which I did remember that this would be downhill, so glad I knocked out the hardest part early this morning. Well, I'm still on Lead Cove, and about the only good news is it continues to go downhill, and I am getting closer to the truck, but I am starting to wear down. I did hike on Friday afternoon with my wife to, I think it was Jake's Creek Trail up to Ascent cabin. That was about 2.5, 3 miles round trip, which wasn't bad at all. And then yesterday I hiked 8.6 miles round trip on Chestnut Top Trail. And then today, I believe this is a little over 8 miles. And wearing out of energy. I'm gonna have to start slowing down. I think trying to hike 3 days in a row is way too much for me, but trying to take advantage of the nicer weather and the fact that I should be able to have the opportunity to see more bears in October and November. So both of those things have kind of motivated me to try to hike more than one trail on the weekend. But once it cools off and the bears hibernate, I'll probably go back to trying to get just one hike in on the weekends. Well, I don't think I've noticed this before, but this kind of caught my eye on the way down. I assume it's just some people have started putting some rocks around this tree or something, but huh. Never noticed that before. Alright, well I know I'm getting closer to the end of this trail because there's water here. And I do remember when we hiked up this one that it followed water for a little while. We do have a crossing here. It's not a lot. And I feel like there's a couple of places down here where there's definitely more water. But making progress. Well, I can hear traffic, and I just saw a couple of cars off in the distance, so it's good news I'm getting close to the road. Man, look at that. You think a giant Bigfoot made that? I'm just kidding. On all those videos I see on TV finding Bigfoot, they always say that the Bigfoot and Yetis, they put the trees in a formation, so I guess it marks their territory or gives them a landmark. I don't know. It sounds made up to me, but anyway, if that's what that is, ooh, that's a big Yeti, a big Sasquatch. All right, it's the best sight in the world. The old Mazda pickup truck. I've made it. Lead Cove to Bote Mountain 1.8. And now we get to play a game of human Frogger, trying to get across this road with all the traffic. Alright, I'm gonna make a break for it. Here we go. Woo, new land speed record. But puts us back over here at Turkeypen Trail to Crib Gap Trail. Well, that's a mouthful. That's where we started. All right, so there you have it. That was Anthony Creek to Bote Mountain to Lead Cove. I estimated that originally around 8 miles, thought it'd take me about 4 hours, and it is 12:45, so it took me 4 hours and 45 minutes, so definitely longer than I expected. Still a good hike. I think I just overdid it this weekend trying to hike too much, and my legs kind of wore out. But anyway, I'll try to also at the very end of this put a link to the other trail that I did. It made a loop similar to this that went Lead Cove to Bote Mountain and then down to Finley Cane. So if you're interested in seeing what that looks like, that'll give you a better perspective. I did not see another bear, which was disappointing, but the fact that I got to see one this morning, I enjoyed that. So hopefully that came out on the video and you'll be able to see it. I zoomed in with my phone, and hopefully you were able to see that through the GoPro, but we'll find out. And then if you like this video, if you would please hit like, and also if you'd hit the subscribe button, that way when I put out some new videos, you'll just get a notification that I've put something else out. And you know, I've mentioned this before, I'm just trying to put these videos online, so if you were interested in doing a hike and you don't really know what the trail looks like, sometimes it's hard to just Google something on the internet and you see some pictures or read a little bit of information, but if you can kind of see it for yourself, it may help you make up your mind whether or not you really want to hike this trail or not. But again, I'll try to put the subscribe notification in one corner, not sure which one, and then a link to the video in the other, so if you'll click on both of those, I would appreciate it. But until next time, I'll see you then.